Ah, Eliud.
Yes.
Mambo? Uko salama?
Yes.
Tumefika?
Yes.
Yeah.
Put himself.
Bari Eldoret?
Very nice to see you. Looking relaxed. Looking ready. This is how you look in the off-season-ish.
Yes.
Is this off-season or it's beginning of on-season?
It's beginning of on season.
Beginning of on-season.
Yeah.
So stress has not gone up yet, but you're just getting ready.
Yes.
Like build-up phase.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you, my man. You're looking good.
That's it.
Look very relaxed.
Yes.
Yeah. You go for a ride?
Yeah.
Ah, Safante.
So Eliud, how does it feel when you're driving a car that's in your name?
I feel great. I feel happy actually to drive a car named after me, knowing that I've actually created an impact in this world, which has been actually my plan in all my career to have an impact. You know, anything you are doing, you should have an impact to humanity.
Yeah.
So it's just so the car actually is that fulfillment that there is certain impact that it goes all through the blood of all the community. I mean, to all human beings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because when you look at it and you see a signature on the side, when you look on the dashboard and you see Kipchoge 001, when you think back to that young boy in 2001, did you ever think that boy would become this man?
Not at all. You know, we learn every day, and life, you know, it's like when you go to bed, you wake up tomorrow morning. So life is also about, you know, pressing on every day. You never know what will happen tomorrow. So it's, when I was young, I couldn't know that one day, one time, I will run the way I'm running. I will just create an impact the way I'm creating an impact. People actually will be interested in what I'm doing until they will make a car named after me. So it's, I think this is a privilege, and you know, it's good for the next generation to learn from it. That you know, when you are consistent, actually you bring opportunities, and you bring success, and learn from it.
Eliud, it's interesting because we didn't expect you to be driving yourself. We normally thought that we'd be having a driver. How often do you drive yourself?
I don't have a hired driver. I have never hired a driver in all my 21 years of my career. We don't have many things to do. My wife is driving, I'm driving, we're dropping children to school, and I don't see any meaning to hire a driver to take me to where.
And I noticed you're very keen about safety, even your speed. Just help us understand, like for you, your driving culture. Do you drive at a certain speed?
I am not a speeding person. I respect the rules. I drive actually on the speed whereby if anything happens, I'll be able to control the car. Because I believe that when I'm going somewhere, I'm really respecting time. I go early so that I don't rush. Get out of the place early so that I don't rush. So even if somebody invited me for a wedding, and it says 9 o'clock, 8:55 I will be there, and 3 hours I am out, even if that visitor has not yet actually arrived.
What do you enjoy most about driving?
I just enjoy driving. Driving on the road, long drives, but not really over speeding. Just normal speed. Just try to enjoy and see how the road is, and you know, try to think that if all these roads and vehicles could not be there, what next? What could be happening actually in the world? Yes.
So does it help you clear your head? Does it help you calm down? Because people use driving for various reasons. How does it help you in terms of your mind? Because we know you are very zen-like.
It drives me to. It actually helps me to be calm, and you know, just to get rid of other things in my mind. But normally, I don't drive to enjoy more of that, but I drive to functions, to where to training, to where I'm going, and you know, sometimes just getting the children and drive around to get rid of what's in my mind. So when I'm at house, my mind is clean again.
Eliud, when you're driving, do you listen to music or do you like silence? Do you like good conversation?
I listen to music and good conversation at the same time.
What's good music? What's in your music currently?
I listen to Kelly Clarkson. I listen to Kenny Rogers. For Kelly Clarkson, I always put all the time, what doesn't kill you make you stronger. For Kenny Rogers, I like The Gambler.
Yes, it's a good song.
Yes, and The Coward of the County. You know, Coward of the County actually is really a very good song, especially to the youth. That you don't want to, you don't need actually to fight when you are a man.
Who do the kids enjoy driving them more? You or Madam?
I think me.
Why you? Other than the fact that, of course, it's the Eliud Kipchoge car.
Yeah, I think because, you know, I think that they feel more safe when I'm there.
Eliud, in terms of even like when you're driving, where's the farthest you've gone? Like somewhere you went quite for a distance? Or you usually just operate within short distances?
Mostly short distance, and once a while into to Nakuru, to Nairobi, Kisumu, but mostly operate between Uasin Gishu, Elgeyo Marakwet, and Nandi.
Let me ask an interesting question. Have you ever measured the 42 kilometers in terms of when you're driving a distance and says, I can run this distance, let me see how it is with a car?
No, not yet. But that means I will be over speeding.
No, I'm saying like even covering the distance. Yes. Where you're looking at the distance and you see it's 42 kilometers.
Yes, I know from Eldoret to Kapsabet is 42 kilometers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's exactly 42 km.
Yes, it's 42.
Ah, yeah. I've learned something new.
And do you drive with your windows up most of the time?
Not most of the time.
Okay.
Inside the town, I drive when with my windows up.
Guys, take pictures of it. Like all those kids who are taking pictures of the car.
Oh yes.
Yes. Like they were all like, they are showing, they're like, Eliud Kipchoge. Yeah. So they all, and then they're all on a motorbike with their phones.
So Eliud, how do you keep a low profile? Because it's very difficult for you, like in town when you're driving.
I just drive to a place where I need to get services. But I don't go to anywhere. But I'm free in town. I just jump out and do my own things, and you know, take photos with the people and move on.
The first time I met you, Eliud, was 2013 when you were preparing for the Hamburg Marathon, and there's something I've observed is your humility. How do you stay humble? How do you just remain as humble as you've been all these years?
You know, being on the crown actually makes you to be present. What I mean by present is that makes your mind to work on time. But if you are not actually grounded, then your mind will not work. So it's good to be actually on the crown, be humble, and you know, helps me to think, to handle my things in a good way and the like. Because I believe being humble actually is the only thing which human beings should possess. Above all is that you know, what has killed many people actually is the disease called special.
Yeah.
If you want to be special, then that's you have that disease. So I believe if all of us we should be treated as ordinary people, then we'll go far.
So it's a mindset. It's something you decided in your head from early on.
It's a mindset, yes. Yeah.
Like, I am going to stay humble.
Yes, I don't see the meaning of actually. I've been in places whereby people are not on the crown, but I sympathize myself. But I think the only thing, if you're on the crown, you learn many things. You listen well, you see the body language of the people, you get what's needed actually if you are in a meeting.
Yeah.
What kind of temperature do you like when you're driving? Or it depends on how the weather is?
Yes, it depends on how the weather is. If you actually go towards another car, it will tell you, please brake. And if you don't brake, it will brake itself. If you go with outside the yellow line, it will tell you, hey, you are outside the yellow line. And if you insist in that outside there, it will treat you that maybe you are drunk. It will turn you back.
Oh, fantastic. And there's only how many of them? 159?
159 only
In the whole world?
in the whole world. Yes.
100 and so we are in a car that is one of
159
159 cars.
Yes.
Only.
Yes. Special. That's why I think it's called special edition.
Yes, a special edition. Also, when all the cars has been sold,
Yeah.
the Isuzu actually will write a good story.
Yeah.
It will publish a huge book actually consisting of 159 pages, indicating each customer who just bought the car and history of the car.
Ah.
Yes. To go for farm. Yes.
Upon you come and spend some time when you
Yes, yes.
free time.
Free time I spend here to see the crops, the animals. Yeah.
I've seen you have cows.
I have cows, I have sheep. Yeah.
Why a farm? Why a farm?
They say everybody is molded by the environment.
Yes.
So you are molded by the environment that you need to get a good farm and put animals there. Yes.
Is part of it cultural? Like it's a
Yes.
like
It's
'cause I've-
cultural, but I like animals. Yeah.
because I spoke to a Kenyan, Benson Kipruto, and he said, where you guys come from, having a farm and having cows is like part of life. Like it's a thing a man must do.
Yes. It's exactly.
Okay.
So these cows, do they have names or it's equal to? Some people usually have special names for their cows.
Some are special names, but but normally they are there.
They're just there. You haven't seen them many names.
No.
For milk mostly?
Yeah, only milk.
Only milk.
Yeah.
How many do you have in total?
About 20.
20.
Yeah.
And I can also see sheep.
Sheep, about 50 or 60.
So how many times do you come to the farm? I know during the season you're very busy. How do you structure?
When my season is busy, I come every weekend, but normally weekend. But when the season is not, I come twice a week. Yeah.
And I'm assuming you've got a big farm. You've got a big group of guys who work for you.
Yes, yes. We have 4 people who are working here full time. Then some are coming for some manual jobs. And
Again, we spoke about driving. Does this help you get your mind off serious things? Does it give you a different?
yes, this is giving me joy. After 1 week of art training, come and actually see the animals. It makes you happy.
And it takes you away from running.
Yeah.
So Eliud, because I know you like reading a lot, like because you're doing farming, do you read farming books maybe? Just look at some tips, or how do you deal with the farming side of your life?
I'm not a real farmer. I'm just farming because
You're still an amateur farmer.
Yes, I'm an amateur farmer.
So how do you ensure that you're ensuring that the cows are well taken care of, your sheep as well? You consult a lot.
I consult a lot, but my boys actually I send them to some people who knows more about sheep, about cows. They learn there and come and practice in my farm.
Fantastic. I like it. Are there chicken? Is there chicken?
Yes, we have chicken.
And on the other side, I saw wheat.
Yes.
I've seen trees. What's on the other side?
Now the other side is empty because we use the maize as silage. Yeah.
So you plant the maize, but it's purely for silage.
Yeah, for
the cows.
For cows, yeah.
And this is not the only farm you do, because I have seen pictures of you in a tea farm. So clearly this farming bag is there. This, it may be amateur, but it's diverse.
Experience, with a bit of experience.
Yes, I do tea farming in Nandi.
Fantastic. Bernard, do you have a farm?
I think now I'm inspired. I need to get some
Do you
tips.
farm?
The last time I was in a farm was some time back, but I think it's important. It just shows another element of who Eliud is. And Eliud, I touched on books. Like, you really love reading, like you really enjoy reading books. Which book are you reading now, first of all?
I'm reading. There is a book. Where it's called "Learning How People Actually Think." So it's kind of comparing the religions, comparing the culture of the Asian people, African people, Western, Eastern, Western Europe, American people. Just getting and getting all the cultures and putting in one thing, the Japanese culture, Chinese culture, and put in one thing which can drive us, which can drive the world. Because we have different cultures, but after all, we need to really meet all of us and maybe agree on one thing and move on.
So in terms of books, I get the feeling like you like inspirational books. Do you also read other books like fiction, biographies?
I read biographies. I read everything.
Okay.
What determines what you're going to read? Is it a book you like? Is it a title you like? Is it a referral by someone?
Most of the books are referrals, but sometimes I came across a book which is interesting. I just hop in by, but now I stopped buying because I have a very huge line of.
I think you owe us two books. One of who you are, how you are born, and then the other one of the things that keep you going that we can be referring to for.
I think the best one is how life is and how the other one who cannot actually motivate more the way you are when you are born and all those things.
No,
I
but
think
people want to
about
know.
life is touches everybody.
But we want to know. We want to
Your
hear
journey.
more about you and your mom. We enjoyed when I watched your movie, the one that was done after Ineos.
Yes.
It's beautiful just to get to hear your thoughts and to see your family and to see where you come from, because you may think it's normal, but for some people, your whole story is incredible. That's why I'm asking for two: an autobiography and then the inspirational, motivational book. I have a long list of what I want from you, Eliud. I have a very long list.
Is it something you've thought about, writing a book?
Yes, it's on a pipeline. We're still actually putting on some thoughts to see. I think I'll start before the end of the year.
How are you excited about writing a book?
I'm really excited to actually put my thoughts on one book and throw it to the world to read what has been in my mind.
If I only have to read one book referred to you, which one?
Who moved my cheese?
Why?
It's about change, because every day you need to change in order to adapt to the struggles of life. You might wake up and your cheese
It's gone.
Do you eat cheese yourself?
Yes.
You like cheese? I was hoping at least you enjoy the book, you enjoy cheese.
Yes.
Eliud, we saw you at Manchester United recently. How was it? How was the experience being at Old Trafford, being appreciated by the Manchester United family?
It's an interesting club. I went to academy itself, and it's they're really far ahead of us. It was an interesting trip to meet the players, interact with the players, see their training, see them actually on their gym, doing some gym work, going to every office, talking with the technical team, those who manages the whole team, listening to their stories, listening to what's actually in future. The whole journey actually it's really interesting, and I trust that if we can go there and make benchmarking, it will be the best one. But real benchmarking, not just going and enjoying it. Nyinyi na watu wa Nairobi mchunge msikanyage hii. Yeah, this one they're giving more milk than the other ones.
Ah, okay.
So
they look like they're in the VIP area.
Yeah, so that's why you give them more food and
Yeah.
yes.
Because they look very much different than the other ones. Eh?
Yes.
So, Eliud, you do a lot of motivational speeches, motivational talks, inspirational talks to companies all over the world. How is that side? How do you find that side compared to preparing for a marathon, for example?
I found the side of making speeches more interesting than running, because it's we deal with human beings. You see their thinking, exchanging the ideas, asking questions, and giving the real questions about life. Yes.
Why, when you find it, you say you find it more interesting than athletics. It's something I've always thought. I've thought since 2019, you enjoy talking more about life, more about different variety of things than just telling us about the 42K.
For the 2K, marathon is like life also.
Yes.
But more so, this one actually is touching everybody. You know, all the people are marathoners actually. But you get the insights from the marathon and put on the normal life.
You've had an incredible career. If you think about it, Eliud, Bernard said he last spoke to you when you're getting ready for Hamburg. Think about that's a lifetime ago. And most people say you've had two careers. You've had the track career and then you've had the marathon career. When you look at yourself today, how do you feel? How do you look back at all that has happened since Bernard spoke to you getting ready for Hamburg?
I think 11 years ago we met with Bernard when I was actually preparing with the debut for a marathon in Hamburg, and you know, a lot has happened. I've learned the real ropes in marathon, outwandled the ropes. I've run under 2 hours. I broke world record twice. I've won 2 Olympic gold medals, and you know, I've won total to 22 marathons. You know, it's a lot has happened.
Did you think before Hamburg that you would end up here? Like when you are doing your projections, because you're smart and you like to plan,
Yes.
Did you see it panning out the way it panned out? Or are you surprised with how well you ended up doing?
It was not in my thinking that one day I will maybe run such a fast race or break a world record or 2 other things. But, you know, I just grow slowly by slowly getting motivation, you know, thinking to try and dare to think. And, you know, we're in Kenya, we are in a very, very stiff environment whereby we have no mentors actually, which you can really say, I want to be like that person. There are really very few. And you know, that's why most kids actually run and just fade away. Because those who handle them the way they know. But they don't handle them the way they want them to progress. You know, like you ask about Manchester United, is that I had a sit down for 1 hour with the technical director, and the technical director actually says that he has a lot of scouts who are scouting for the footballers, but they are getting good young people. But if there are 2 types of footballers. The footballers actually who put actually in their minds to be the real legends of Manchester United. And another one actually wants to sign a contract and buy a Ferrari. So there are 2 types of footballers. But they are trying actually to remove the thoughts actually in the mind of the one who wants to buy a Ferrari. To tell the guy that, hey, you need to actually think of becoming a legend in football, or actually becoming a huge player in Manchester United. And if all of us actually can think of bringing impact in lives of many people, becoming legends of athletics or of any sport, then we'll go far.
Eliud, I like what you're saying, because there's something we've picked up even in the times that you do your talks is you don't fear speaking your mind. You're comfortable just saying as it is.
Yes, that's why I always differentiate between being nice and being kind. I always say I am kind, not because you're kind, but because actually I'm kind myself. But being nice is actually lying to people you want to impress. So if somebody tells you are nice, he's lying to you. Yeah, that's
And it hasn't gotten you friends, Eliud. The fact that you speak your mind, the fact that you do what you like, how you like it, how you see life, it hasn't made you popular. If anything, it looks like it's the other way around. People have all these questions. Is he aloof? Is he arrogant? Does he not be a people's person? What do you think about when you hear such sentiments? Because I know you have heard them.
I have heard a lot, and you know, I don't want to be nice because I want to say the truth, and you know, if you say the truth, they will pay you back. But when you want to impress everybody, you want everybody to be happy, that's wrong. You are selling a bad idea. And they say if you have courage to say bye-bye to something, then you are successful.
Why, when did you become this person we see? Were you born like that? Did you develop to be like that? Did someone inspire you to be like that?
I don't know, it just came.
The ability to stay quiet, to stay humble, to stay true to yourself, to not care what any other person says. Does it bother you that people say whatever they want to say?
It doesn't bother me. Some actually can come and go actually under the skin. But all in all is that at the end of the day, you ask yourself, you can't control all these things. That's it's life. Let them flow.
Eliud, let's go back to running. And obviously, 2024, the Paris Olympics, it was a tough outing for you. You've never not finish. It has never been in your CV ever. How did it feel for you at that particular point? It must have been extremely tough.
It was really tough. And, my decision actually to drop away, to drop actually, or to retire from the race is that I was not expecting to really drop, because I trained for 3 months in a high profile and in a good way. 100% I was really held. But such a things actually in sport happens. I watched I always am fan of Ultimate Fighting Championships, and I watched one of the UFC fights, and somebody actually was in a gym for 6 months. For only 53 seconds, he was knocked down.
Yeah.
Just imagine. And that's sport. I saw when Pereira actually was fighting, it was only 22 seconds, and it was off. And that's sport, and we forget it. Yeah.
Well, when you drop off a race, Eliud, and it's like the last few years have been where people can say, finally Eliud is mortal. People feel like finally Eliud is looking human again, because for so long you are almost not human. Like Eliud ran one. How does it feel when you're at this point of your career where, like you're saying, you have a DNF, you have a 10th place finish? How do you deal with this new experiences?
It's new experience, but I treat it as a challenge, because in life, challenges must be there. It's really it must be in life. The ingredients of life is number one is the challenge, and if something happens, then you forget and move on. Provided actually you are still keeping inspiration to people, then you are doing a good job.
And you speak about inspiration. You finished your race with only your trunks. Everyone took everything, took your bibs, took your shoes, took your socks, took your singlet, took your name tag. What did that tell you? It was a difficult moment for you, but what did that tell you?
I think those fans actually gave me more hard to really work. And, being happy after dropping or not finish. Because I was just working, but I had about 500 people working together. We were working with about 500 people. And I gave them everything and just worked. So most of them actually were coming in because I have nothing to give them. Then they want to touch my legs, and I say, it's okay, just touch, because I want to leave. Yeah.
How does it feel when you see people react to you like that? When the boy who was born in a tiny village, with people just wanting to touch your legs. Like Bernard asked, how do you stay normal when such things are happening? What is that feeling like?
My happiness is that is the inspiration that I'm still with that boy. That this boy actually knows that they need to actually have the right values for him to grow in a good way. You need to love the sport in order for him to be fit. And you need to get the right education for him to continue with the life. And that's what I am happy when I see a young boys actually coming to my side.
And speaking of inspiration, there's a way you're able to come up with very unique phrases. I think I always repeat this, and one of my favorite ones is, the disciplined ones are free. And obviously everyone knows that no human is limited. Do you sit down and think about some of these statements, or does it come naturally to you?
It comes naturally. Like Neumann is limited, it came a natural way when I was trying to run under 2 hours in 2017. And if you happen to open actually or to go to the all the social media channels, everybody was actually, they were not in agreement that a human being can run under 2 hours, even 2 hours itself. So I asked myself then, let me try to run under 2 hours because I'm not limited at all. Then the press Neumann is limited came in. And I used the press, but at the end of it, we were successful and I managed to run 2 hours, 25 seconds. And then with the discipline, actually, being self-discipline is what makes you free, You always say the truth. You always don't fear you don't cover yourself. You have only one face. In life,
one.
yeah, in life, many people have two faces.
Yes.
They, in a meeting, you have another face, and then when you go behind the scenes, there's another face. But I really encourage people to have that one face everywhere you are going, consistency. Have that face. Stand on what you have been actually preaching. Stand on what you have been doing, and what you are consuming. Just consume. It's not about eating food, but what you are consuming on social media, and what you are watching, whom are you actually hanging with, and those ones you should keep and be serious.
Eliud, we all know you're nearer to the end than the start. Like
Yes.
you said, 21 years of doing this.
Yes.
How much more do you want to go? How much further do you want to go? How many more marathons are left in your legs? Is it 4? Is it 5? Do you know? Do you put a number to it?
I don't want to put a number, but I still want to run a few marathons and then go to 2 other jobs actually related to sport. I don't think I will go out of the sport, but I want to do more actually impactful things actually on the sport line.
Does people's criticism get to you when people are all up in arms after Paris, when people are all up in arms after the unfortunate incidents of February? Do they get to you? If they get to you, how do you deal with them? How do you deal with all the criticism and negativity and unwarranted or unwanted opinions, but everyone has something to say about you? How do you deal with those things?
I normally go back, sit down, just handle slowly by slowly, when you cook ukali, then when you remove ukali, there is the one which is remaining.
Yes.
And it can't come out. You need to pour water. After pouring water, then it will come out slowly and you remove. So it's what is in my mind. I cut it slowly by slowly because it will not be one night event. Then I realized also that if you have clean water and dirty water, all of them can make crops grow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So if they say it in a negative way, in a positive way, all will actually be on my side, and the way I will handle it will actually determine what's the outcome.
How bad was February?
It was bad.
How bad was everything surrounding the death of Kipchoge, you, and the noise of it? How bad was it? How much did it get to you?
It was really bad. 12 of February was really bad. I mourned Kipchoge for only 15 minutes. The rest I did not mourn. Reason is, I came out of, I was in training with my boys, about my training mates, 4 of them, at the Cape, and then one of my boys was having a motorbike, and he was telling me, hey, somebody Kipchoge has died. What happened? We thought, we have our neighbor in Nandi called Kipchoge. So what happened? He said, no, he's with his coach. Last night, actually, accident happened. Then I was in shock. I rushed to the room, took a shower, calmed down, cut the phone. Immediately when I am cutting the phone, instead of actually mourning the death of somebody, then a whole things actually came to my side that I am the one who killed him, And I really tracked the times, the guy died about 11, but by 30 minutes past midnight, the discussion was there. It was a bad day, and many people actually discussed how to ban my house, to ban the children, to ban the camp. But Still, I'm ready. You know, my life is easy to be handled.
Must have been
Because
scary for you a bit to some
it's
extent.
scary, but I am waking up. I'm going to training at 6 o'clock. If you want to kill me, you can find me on the way. I don't have bulletproof. Yeah, I don't have podcasts. So it's easy.
Did it surprise you how quickly it turned, how quickly all of a sudden you became the villain from being the darling of everyone to all of a sudden we are like, this is Eliud, he could be involved, he might have something to do. Did it surprise you how quickly we turned?
I was really surprised even to read all those things and, you know, how people consumed and agree. To a big surprise, you know, it was political. Some politicians actually politicized. My training mates and all the athletes actually were in that thing that, oh, this Eliud has done this. No, it's life. But, you know, in life they say 97% of the people are negative thinkers, but only 3 are positive. And that's why I always tell people, let us struggle to be among the 3.
The 3%.
The 3%. Because
I think that number should even be more.
The
I
3%.
want it to be more.
Yes,
That's how you change
ideally
the
you'd
world.
want it to
That's how
be
you
more.
change
In
the
fact, I
world.
was going to ask him, as we finish, Eliud, you Maradona, greatest of all time, successful, Olympics, no human is limited. How do you deal with things that are family? So, for example, this year is special for you, especially for you and your daughter.
yes,
She's doing her fourth form exam.
yeah.
How is it like for you when this is happening? Do you get as nervous as all parents get? What goes through your mind when she's preparing?
I'm really getting nervous and, you know, trying to push her to work hard. And, you know, I'm happy that my career is ending. My daughter is doing Form 4. If my daughter actually joins university, I think I'm also done.
You're done.
As you know, the happy moments of every parent is that when the firstborn start to work, have a job, then you need to scale down what you have been doing.
So no pressure on the young lady.
No pressure.